Hello, my name is Kieran Dabbs. I am a fourth semester student at Rankin Technical College. I'm about to graduate from the AWD track, and for this AWD track, my final project that I've been tasked with is building a web application for the ASP.NET Core MVC technology. I have decided to create an e-commerce website for the fake lawn care business that I've named Cataneo Brothers. It is a website that combines the usage of the identity roles system in ASP.NET Core MVC and many-to-many as well as one-to-many relationships in a database to store employees, users, and services. Now, the first thing that users see upon loading the website is this hero section page that tells users a little bit about the page to hook them in. If you scroll down or click the services button in the nav bar, you can see their services. Scroll a bit more down and there's an about section that tells users a bit more about the company, some faked client testimonials that I've created for this demonstration, pricing programs for the most popular parts of the lawn care business, the basic, premium, and ultimate care packages, as well as a contact form that will include the first, last name, email address, phone number, and service they're interested in. And there's also a message optional field here. And once they submit this with all of the fields filled out, then it will send an email to whatever email that is designated in the code. And the next function that normal users can see is this login system that will allow them to easily create orders. You can go to this page here, create a new account, and let's say you wanted to use this random email that I've made for myself using my name. Then let's take out this one so it doesn't duplicate the email. Say create a new password, another random password, confirm it, and click register. Confirm your account. You can log in using that information. That same password. Or click remember me so I can keep my logged in information. And there I am logged in. And next time I send this whole email thing with the contact information, I will also be sending the email that it's being sent from. The next part about the application is for users that are administrators or employees of the Cataneo Brothers business. Now, if I log into one of the admin accounts, which I can do because I have it tied to my Google account that I have, my Gmail, and I can click this button and it uses my actual Google account. It automatically logs in because I have it saved in my browser. This is my admin account. I can view it over here, all the details about it. And I can click log out and quickly log back in using the Google authentication. And since I am logged in, I can go and manage the data itself. I have the orders that have been placed already, the users, and the roles users can have, including the administrative account that I just logged into, and this test account that I just created. I can make him an administrator, remove him from his administrator role, and delete him entirely. If I go over to this employee section, it looks almost identical to the order section, and I can look through the pages themselves, view only 5 at a time so that's not entirely crowded, and you can view all the data that's very friendly to the user. And you can see I'm also an employee, and this is one of the users itself, and the user is marked as an employee. And if I look at the details of the employees and the users, you'll see that this employee has been assigned to a few of the existing orders and will be working on them. So at the moment, there's also tons of orders, and so if I look at the details They will also see the employees that are assigned to them, as well as about a ton of information about the order itself. And you can also click this button or go back to the controller itself over here and click edit here, and you can edit the information. Select premium care instead, update the order, and then it's marked as premium care. Back to the list itself, and I want to go back to basic care, scroll all the way down, update the order, and it's back to being basic care. Another thing that users can do is create orders themselves, place them, and you can select a customer that the order is being made for, select a service that they're asking for, say they want fertilization, schedule it for, say, tomorrow, and it to be done in the afternoon, assign myself and another employee to it, and say this is a test instruction. If they want to specify what specifically they want to be done, if any specifications need to be had, click this button and it will take us to the payment section. You can enter your payment information. Say I'm just using a mock credit card here, but it'll link to your email that you're using for the application that you're logged into, and you will pay, and it will accept your payments. If it's a valid credit card number, and take you back and over here say this is the fertilization order that I just placed. Look at the details of it. This is a test instruction, so we know this is the one that I made, and these are the employees that I assigned to it. It is scheduled, it has been placed today, and it will be scheduled for tomorrow. Now, another thing that users can do is create employees. Say we can enter another first name, it's like Timothy, and say his last name is Treenut, and we can enter another phone number, say 555s, all of those, and his email is timnuts@gmail.com. Register him, and he's right here. He's been created, and he's currently not assigned to any orders, and so it'll be that there. Edit it, say I want his last name to be Peanut. Update him. And there, it's Timothy Peanut. And if I want to delete him, there's a little confirmation with all the information that he has when he's been hired, which is just recently. Delete him, and Timothy Peanut is gone. Now, the next thing I want to do is show off a bit of the code itself, and I've used the ASP.NET Core MVC technology, and I have utilized a combination of models, views, and controllers. And so, for example, I have used the home controller here to control all of the data that's coming from this home views over here. This is the page that people first view upon starting the application. All the services here that are viewed in the services section, the about section with the image, the testimonial section, they're all the way down to the call to action section with the contact information with the contact form. And there's a little privacy policy page that's here. I have my view model, and I have my orders model, services, and employees. And over here, you can see that in the employees index page that I have used the database to display each item in the model. And this model that I've used is the employees. The employees are being called with a database context over here, and I'm calling them and getting them using the getUserAsyncs method and putting them all into a list. And making sure that they're able to be looped through in pages. That's how they were viewed in sets of 5. Turning the list and it goes into the index and displays them all with this for each loop, interacting with the database itself. And the edit page and the details and the delete are all here. The same thing with the orders and those pages, edit, deletes, create, all of that. Same thing with the users, although that only has the one page where everything is stored on the one page. Now I've used the migration system to add all my data to the database and to seed it all in order to test everything. This is my database context file that I've used to set up all the data in the database. And I've used this code right here to set up paging, so it's all nice and sorted. This is my program.cs that I've added authentication with Google into it. I've added a connection to the database, added using statements for all of the technologies, Stripe, ASP Core MVC, identity, added routing, and make sure that it's nice and easy to read with lowercase URLs, and added a role manager to make sure that there's the admin user at all times, and so the admins can be created naturally with the program, and made sure that it all comes together with the app settings over here, and that the connection string is here. It creates the database when I update it with the package manager console, and so it's stored and all the information is together like that. And if I go to my Object Explorer here, I can look at the database that I've made, the long hair database. It comes from the tables, and here are the orders. This is how the data is being stored. Just give it one moment. Got here, and there's all the information that's been stored in the database for the orders, and the same thing would appear for all of the other tables here. The one-to-many and the many-to-many relationships has been set up here, and that is all of the code that I had to show off. Now, I've learned a lot throughout the process of creating this application. For example, I've mastered ASP.NET Core MVC a lot more than I had previously before I made this application. It has allowed me to grow a lot as a coder, and I've learned how to implement foreign APIs such as Google and Stripe, and that's been a very useful tool to have, as well as working with databases very well. That's been very good. But I think the most interesting thing that I've done throughout this development process is implement AI generated front ends, and because I am not very good at designing myself, but I am good at implementing designs and making them work well together and refining them myself. And so this entire space has been, the structure was generated with AI, but I did modify it heavily in order to make it look good and use the database itself. And so that was something that challenged me a lot, and I feel like I learned a lot with. And in conclusion, it's a very, very interesting project that I worked on for the entire course of the semester, and I think it turned out very well. I'm very proud of it, and I believe it is a good showcase of my abilities as a coder, and that it's something that virtually any company or employer can look at and get something that they want out of it.